In that position with a great Saturday, and finally it's paid off on a Sunday. You must be pleased.
Very happy. I mean, even for the team, for us, double points finish, 6th and 8th, that's huge. That doesn't happen every day. So yeah, really happy, and we're going to celebrating this a little bit before we go again in a few days. It's been a hell of a race, especially at the end. I didn't expect to be able to keep Checo behind for that long, but I said to myself, let's try a couple of laps and see what happens. Kind of, mess with his tires a little bit, and then I saw okay, actually, with our straight line speed, I'm able to keep him behind and at bay, and kept in it, hung in there, and it was nip and tuck at the end. I was really on the edge with everything, but very happy to bring it home.
Great job, well done. It's been a huge result for the team today. Do you feel like it's been coming? Do you feel like it was opportunistic today, or do you feel like progress has been made? And
I think it's just been a strong weekend. Clean qualifyings with the traffic, and car was decent from the get-go. We had good pit stops, and strategy was on point. We just had a smooth weekend, and good pace in the car, especially in the race. So a bit of luck as well, with a few guys crashing into each other, and great day for the team.
You had a great start as well. You put yourself in that position. Give yourself some credit.
No, sure. I mean, you need all those things to go right, but they did. And 12 points. I mean, with the fight we're having with Alpine, they're going to continue to score points. They've made really good progress, and so super important to get this result.
Well done. Thank you.
Well, they deserve to be smiling, don't they? Nico Hulkenberg finishing half a second ahead of Sergio Perez's Red Bull. Why do you think they were so quick here today?
Well, maybe it's not out-and-out speed, but the reason they were able to race very well is they had good straight line speed. We've talked about it so many times. We're fit, Hulkenberg was fit to keep Perez behind there. They did a bit of an unusual strategy where they stopped very early for the final stint onto the hard tyres. They did half the race basically on the hard tyres, something like 30 laps. Which others didn't do. Others were aborting to a 3-stop, so that's potentially played into their hands.
Well, we heard Kevin rejecting the team's pleas to manage his tyres. Let's listen to his team radio.
Got to manage the tyres, Kev. Got to manage the tyres.
Just me or Nico too?
Both cars need to save tyres. A long way to go.
That.
In true Kev style, just telling them exactly what he thought of it, that ultimately it paid off, finished in the points.
You can understand why he would say that. I mean,
Absolutely.
He was hot on the heels of Nico. He was within DRS, so he was in striking distance. And if you don't take it in that moment and your teammate you can see is still pushing, then why should you be the one? But I get it. As a team, you've got to think about degradation on a track like this. And they didn't need to be having that inter-team battle. But, I mean, we love to see it, right? So it's good.
Do.
He's a competitor.
He really is. He's so tenacious and determined. I mean, what will he be thinking about his future? Because there's so much talk about Ollie Behrman coming in and movement around the paddock. Do you think he will feel he has to be fighting for a seat at the moment?
There's always pressure on drivers at this time of year when we get into the driver market and discussing what's going to happen. So, yes, he 100% will feel like that. But at the same time, he knows that all he can do is a performance on track. The Haas car hasn't been particularly strong this year, so it's not going to show in points. How it's going to show is, results like today, beating his teammate, how he's getting on in qualifying. So he can only maximise the opportunities that he has in this car to show his potential.
OK, well, talking of driver market, we know